Okay, children. So very good evening to all of you. Right. Okay, so hope that you are doing well these days, right? So, and I know some of you are going school nowadays, but some of the schools, they have got their vacation, right? Okay, so whatever, we are going to start our lesson with the continuation, right? Okay, so children, first of all, I would like to recall your memory. Recall your memory. So I'm going to memorize, right? What we've done so far, right? Okay, so previous week we observed what are things, right? What are the things that we can find around us, right? So then classify these things into solid, liquid, and gases. Okay, children. So then we discussed about and we measured what are the masses of the relevant objects that we observe, right? Okay. So likewise, children, we discuss a lot of things. And children, can you remember? Previous week we observed solid things in the kitchen, liquid things in the kitchen, gaseous things in the kitchen. Likewise, I hope that you can remember. Actually, you can recall your memory. Recall, right? So, the children, we are going to continue our lesson from the point where that we have already stopped, right? So children, if you have the printed copy of your tute, take out it, right? If you have the printed copy of this tute, things around us, please take out it, okay? Right, children. Today, we have interesting things to discuss. And today we have to watch cartoon story also, right? In our class, we have arranged cartoon show, right? So you may have watched Woody Woodpecker show. Likewise, these things you may have watched. Okay, in our science class, we are going to show kind of a small cartoon related to content, right? So under this module, they have given this story for your reference. Okay, right, children. Okay, right. So I can see now your nice faces, right? Okay, so once again, very good evening to all of you. Then we are going to start now our lesson. Okay, children, can you remember? I asked you to bring some of the food-related objects and market products, right? Likewise, these things, right? These things I ask you to bring if available in your house, right? Okay, Swiss roll, then green tea. I hope that you are not consuming these things. Okay, so some are consuming. Okay, right. So adult. So here, these things, I'm not promoting these things, okay? I'm not promoting this milk powder, right? All I wanted to show you what places at that they have mentioned the mass of these products, right? Mass of these products. Children, can you remember? We measured the mass. Can you remember? Measured the mass using a balance, household balance. ගෙදර තියෙන තරාදියකින් අපි මොනවා හරි කිරුවා මතක ඇති. Can you remember it? Okay, right. Children, if you were absent previous week, we showed you kind of a nice video. How we can measure the mass, right? Okay, right. So now, children, at the beginning, I showed you some household goods, right? The goods that we consume in our houses, right? Okay, let's move with our activity. Okay, right, children. So, turn to the page number 6. Turn to the page number 6. Home assignment 1.21. Okay, I can see you are turning your pages. Okay, children, let's move. All right. Okay. Okay, right. So I'm selecting the color. So children, in this home assignment, right? Here they are check the labels of 3 items. The labels 3 items brought from the market to your home. 3 items you have to select, and then you have to record their mass, right? Mass or weight, right? Children, are you familiar with that? So sometimes your mom is telling, Puta, come here, please bring 100 grams of turmeric powder. Puta, come, please bring 100 grams of sugar, right? Have you heard like that? Putin, gram again. Just like that. Have you ever heard? Your mama is telling, right? Go to shop and bring, right? When I was schooling and when I was in my childhood, right? Sometimes my mama asked me to bring those things also, right? Okay, likewise, children, right? Whatever, you have to select 3 items, right? Select 3 items from your kitchen, home kitchen, and then we are going to check what is the mass of these products. Okay, we are going to check what are the mass of these products. Okay, right. Children, now, right, this is one of the packet I requested from my mama, right? This is the packet that requested from my mama. Okay, right. So now children, very carefully have a look. I'm sure that you can see the mass. Can you see that? Can you see that? What is the mass of here? What is the mass?
400 grams.
400 grams, right? So here this packet is 400 grams. Okay, children, right. Now I am getting this sweet roll, right? You feel like eating, right? Okay, so at that time, what happened if we had this kind of thing? That's good, no? Right. So let's check what is the mass of this product. Okay, can you see this? Can you see this?
200.
Yes, very good. 200 grams. 200 grams. Very good. Yes. Excellent. Okay. So the next one, right? Okay, so this is teacher consuming green tea. Okay. So likewise, can you see what is the mass of this? Okay, so I'm not sure whether you can see it clearly. So can you see it? No, right?
No, madam.
No, no.
No, madam.
Okay. It is not clear, right? So whatever, it has mentioned 50 grams here. It has mentioned 50 grams here, 50 grams. Okay, right. Now children, these are the 3 items that I have chosen, right? So children, what are the packets that you found? What are the packets that you got? You couldn't? Did you find any packet of food items? No, right? Okay. Right.
Yes,
Okay.
miss.
So that's okay. Yes. Anya, did you got? Did you get? Ah, right. I can see. Okay. So I can see Anya's packet of cream cracker. And I can see, yeah, packet of jelly. Right. And I can see another, yeah, bottle of vinegar, I think. Vinegar, no? Right. Okay. Right. Thank you. Good. Great. Okay. So this is activity based, no? So the children, we have to go through the activities also, right? Okay, children. According to the packets that I found or packets that I chosen, right? I'm writing what is the mass of these food items, right? I'm going to write what is the mass of these food items. Okay, right. So here I'm just looking. Okay, this is uh, milk powder packet, right? Okay, we can write down packet of milk powder, packet of milk powder. So you can write down whatever the packet that you have got, or else you can note down my items also. Okay, right. Then ගෙදරදී හොයාගන්න බැරි වුණා නම් no problem. Okay, so then you can write down my items also. Packet of milk powder. Powder.
Yeah.
Packet of milk powder. Okay. So here it has mentioned, you know, I show it, right? Here, 400 grams. 400 grams. 400 grams. Okay. So this is my Swiss roll, right? Chocolate flavored Swiss roll. So here you can see it as 200 grams. 200 grams. Packet of Swiss roll. Swiss roll. Swiss roll. Okay, so it is 200 grams. 200 grams. All right. Now, this is my green tea packet. This is my green tea packet. Okay, so it has mentioned 50 grams, right? It has mentioned here 50 grams. Packet of green tea. Green tea. So here 50 grams. Children, wait. So here we write down these letters in capital. Milk powder, Swiss roll, likewise. Okay. All right. Now you can note down, children. Okay, children, finish?
Yes,
Finish?
teacher.
Done? Okay. Clear? All of you? Is it clear to all of you? Okay,
Yes.
all right. Okay, so the children, shall I move with the next? Okay, right, all right. Okay, so I'm moving with the next one. So you know need more time, right? Okay, so then we shall move with the next. Okay, children. Right. So can you remember? Can you remember it like it has been mentioned about mass. Very carefully have a look. Okay. So here you can see it has been mentioned mass, right? What is actually this mass? Children, when you are going into right boutiques or shops, right? පොඩි කඩවල් නැත්නම් පොඩි shops වලට ගියාට පස්සේ you may have seen, right, balances. What is balance? Saradiya. You may have seen balances. Sometimes you also can step into that, right? When I was schooling, I was very fat. So then at that time, I didn't like step on that. Why? Because rather than my friends, it was shown very ugly number weight for my weight. Okay. So likewise, children, you may see sometimes in shops there are some balances, right? We can step into that, have a look at my weight, right? Okay, so sometimes you may have done this. Okay, right. Children, actually, what are measuring? Children, if you don't, can I know about your math? Can I know about your math? Is it okay? What is your math? Not math actually, but once you stepped into the balance, what it says?
I know that.
Sorry?
30. 30
Okay. Good. 30 kilograms. Right?
My weight is 40 kilograms.
40 kilogram. Okay. You know my weight. My weight is 65 kilograms. Right? Okay. Right. So, 65 kilograms. Okay. So, like these children, we have a kind of weight. It is said just like weight. Right? ඔයාගේ බර කීයද? What is your weight? Right? Sometimes they are asking. So then we are telling them 65 kilogram, 40 kilogram, 100 kilogram, right? I hope that 100 kilogram people are not here, or the children are not here in our class, right? Okay, I hope, but that's okay. Okay, so children, actually, weight, is that weight or mass? We are measuring using kilograms. Here, a packet of rice, a packet of milk, powder, a packet of Swiss roll, packet of green tea, mentioned
Mass.
400, 200 grams. Likewise, gram or kilogram, they are mentioning. Okay, right? So, children, weight is another concept. Weight is another concept. Okay, weight is another concept. When we are measuring our weight using a balance, we measure our weight. Actually, we measure our mass, right? Once we step into the balance, we measure our mass. We measure our mass, not the weight, children, right? So in our in our case, we are telling them what is your weight, what is your weight, what is your weight. Likewise, in our normal usage, we are asking like that, right? Okay. ඔයාගේ බර කීයද? ඔයාගේ බර කීයද? What is your weight? What is your weight? Right? But children, in actual, we are measuring the mass. අපි බලන්නේ බරක් නෙවෙයි, ස්කන්ධය, the mass, right? Not weight, right? Although we are asking what is your weight, right? We say it in kilograms, right? In this kind of things, we are showing it in grams. Okay. Weight is another concept, right? So then, children, kilograms and grams, milligrams, right? Using these units, we show mass, mass, right? We'll see what is called as mass, children, right? Okay, okay, children. The amount of matter in an object is called as mass. The amount of matter in an object. Amount of matter. Amount of matter. What is the amount of material substances is called as mass. Okay, you know 400 grams of dal. Parippu gram 400. So in 400 grams of dal, it includes all matter in that relevant object. Okay, so 400 grams, 1 kilogram, right? 1 milligram, right? We measure small tablets using grams, right? Okay, so we measure some medicinal tablets using milligrams. So all these things, children, called as mass. ඔන්න එහෙනම් අද ඉඳන් වරද්දන්නේ. Mass is the amount of matter in an object which is called as mass. A unit that we measure mass is called as kilogram. Kilogram. Okay. SI unit. What's this SI unit? International unit that we use to measure mass is kilogram. Okay. Mass means the amount of matter in an object. Right? කිසියම් වස්තුවක පදාර්ථ ප්‍රමාණය. In our body, we have material, all the material amount is, in my body, 65 kilograms, right? Total amount of matter, total amount of the material substance in my body is 65 kilograms. That is my mass. Some of our friends told 30 kilograms. This is mass of that person. Okay, so mass is the amount of matter in an object. So children, if you have a highlighter or any other color pen, please highlight this point. This point, the first point, please highlight the first point. The amount of matter in an object is called as mass. Please highlight this. Okay. Okay, yes, yes, good, good, Anya, good. Now, children, I told you to measure the mass, we can use milligram. Here you can see, to measure the mass of tablet, milligram. To measure the mass of, right, day-to-day life and, in marketplace, right? We are using grams and kilograms also. Here, sugar. To measure sugar, amount of sugar, we use kilograms, right? We use kilograms, right? But children, international system, SI unit, sorry, for mass is called as kilogram, right? International unit. සම්මත ඒකකය ජාත්‍යන්තරව පිළිගත් සම්මත ඒකකය ස්කන්ධය මනින සම්මත ඒකකය kilogram. International system SI unit for mass is kilogram. Children, please highlight the third point also. Third point. Okay. Right. Did you highlight all these things? You can use, children, whatever the colors of highlighters, right? Colorful pens that you have, right? Okay, so there's no any regulations and rules. This is your tune. You can work. Okay, good. Very good. Who's that? Pauline. Okay, right. Okay, so then uh, here one of our girl is showing. Very good. That means you are working. Very good. Okay. Right, right. Binu also showing. Right, good, good. Okay, good, very good. Who is this? Saved. Good. Right. So then, children, you can work actively with this tune. Okay. Right, right. Okay. Right. So then, children, did you all right? Did you all noted those things? Okay. Children, ඔන්න එහෙනම් ඔබ පුල පුලා බලා සිටියේ අවස්ථාව. Right? We are going to show you kind of a cartoon. Very carefully have a look and enjoy this cartoon video. Right? This includes scientific content. Okay? Right. Okay, let's see what is this cartoon. The Lazy Donkey and Salt Merchant. Right? The lazy donkey and salt merchant. So here you can see the lazy donkey, right? And here this is salt merchant. So children, are you ready to enjoy? Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Right. Okay, so in my case, I also interested in. Okay, then children, here we go. Okay, children. So did you enjoy the video? So once again, you need to watch it one time. You need one time or one more time to watch.
I'll watch again.
Okay, right. So this for about the text also, if you need to get identified what happened, right? So then once again, I'm going to show that. Okay, so there are some questions also. Leisurely, I'm asking that question. Okay, children. Hope that you enjoyed that video, right? Okay. So, children, what happened to the donkey? Right? The donkey was very lazy one, right? So, first of all, what happened? Right? He always, right? Or it always taking kind of a salt, right? Okay, the amount of salt, right? So then one day fell into water, right? So there, donkey identified that, right? Okay, so my stack become very lighter, right? So then, what identified? This donkey identified that, okay, this is the easiest way to bring this salt every day, right? So next date, and then what happened? Merchant was very worried about that, right? So next date also, this donkey did the same thing. So thereafter, merchant actually supposed to care, right? Sack of cotton, right? Cotton, you know, cotton, pulu, right? Cotton. So thereafter, what happened? As usual, donkey jumped into the waterway or the streamline or the stream. So then, thereafter, donkey was unable to come out because cotton has absorbed the water. So then, what happened? cotton mass was very heavier rather than the dissolved salt. Okay, so children, then donkey identified and donkey cried. Okay, so that is what that short story. I hope that you enjoyed that story very well. Okay, right. So children, what happened actually? Can anybody tell me what happened? What happened at the first time? Salt, after jumping into the streamline, was very lighter, but cotton was very heavier. What is the reason for this? What is the reason for this? As you think, just tell me what happened when jumped into the water.
Salt, there was
Because
cotton
all
that
the salt
cannot
dissolved.
Yes, salt dissolved. Yes, salt dissolved and added it into the water. Right? Okay, so salt is highly soluble in water. ලුණු කියන්නේ වතුරේ හොඳට දිය වෙනවා. So the next time what happened? Cotton absorbed more water and then yes, donkey couldn't come out. Donkey couldn't come out because of failure. You know, cotton is absorbing more moisture and water. So then thereafter, that time, donkey. Yes. Okay. So children, what is the advice we can get from this lesson? Right? All the solutions may not work in each and every situation. Right? During our lifetime, we are getting or we make decisions. Right? Okay. So then, not always the same solution is not applicable. Right? During our lifetime, we make decisions, but each and every decision, right, we cannot put the same solution or same method to get rid of from the solution. Okay, get rid of from the problem. අපිට නේද අපිට ජීවිතයේ ඇති වෙන ප්‍රශ්නවලට එක ප්‍රශ්නයට උත්තරේ හොයන්න අමාරුයි. Right? So that's what story giving us as an advice. Okay, right. So children, we move with questions under the page number 7, right? So under the lazy donkey story, I have mentioned lazy donkey story here, right? You can see lazy donkey in my diagram, right? After that, I have mentioned some questions, right? Question 1 and question 2, we'll see. All right. Okay. Why did weight? What is the meaning of decrease? Weight decrease. When the salt sack fell into water, why did the weight decrease when the salt sack fell into the water? What happened? Right.
Because the cotton absorbed salt washed away.
Yes. Salt washed away.
The salt melted.
Okay. So here, children, yes, you are telling that salt melts, right? That's okay for your grade now, right? Okay.
The salt has dissolved into the water.
Yes, yes, dissolved in the water. Melt, it means, children, solid convert into liquid. At that stage, we are telling that is melting. Okay, melting means solid convert into liquid. Okay, so then children, here in the salts, we cannot say that it is melted, right? ගණයක් දිය වෙනවා. ඝන දෙයක් දිය වෙනවා. Ice scatter දැකලා තියෙනවා නේද? You may have seen ice cubes. Once you keep ice cubes outside, after some time it converts into water. Dear children, salt not melts, but salt dissolves in water and remove, right? So that's why the stack of salt or sack of salt weight reduces or decreases, right? Likewise, okay, right. If we can write down as answer, because salt dissolves in water, right? Okay, so this is the reason, because the salt dissolved in water, the weight of the sack of salt decreased, reduced, right? Okay, reduce, adueno, decrease. Increase means going up. Decrease means going down. Okay, right. Decrease means going down, going down. Or reduce, reduce. Reduce means adueno. Okay. So the next question, question number 2. They are asking, why did the weight increase when the cotton sack fell into water? Right? Because cotton absorbs more water. Right? So, sorry?
The cotton absorbed the water. The
Yes,
cotton absorbed
absorbs water. Right? And then
The cotton absorbed
weight.
the water and it became heavier. So the donkey could
Very
not
good.
get out.
Yes, yes. Your answers are correct. Okay? Yeah. Sack of cotton sack. Cotton sack. Sack. Absorb. Absorbs. Water. Water. And
class.
the weight increased. Okay, increase means going up, right? Okay, or rising up. Very well, increase. Okay. You all right? Okay, right. So then we'll move with the next. Do liquids have a mass? Do liquids have a mass? Okay, children. Now, have a look. Okay, children, this is kind of an activity that we have to do, right? This is kind of an activity that we have to do. Okay, so children, we are going to check whether do liquids have mass, right? So we observed, right, that solid have a mass. Here now we are going to check whether do liquids have mass, right? ദ്രവഘനട്ട സ്കന്ധയാക്തിഭേദ. Do liquids have mass? Okay, right. So here children, these are the materials that you need. Materials that you need. Okay, you need balance, right? You need water, right? So like these equipments we need. Okay, so here and we need empty cup also. Okay, so overall manner you can see what are the materials that we need for this experiment or this activity. Okay, right. So here balance, water, carbs and these things are there available. Okay, this is the way that they have explained this experiment. Okay, first of all you have to set the balance into zero. First of all, you have to set the balance into zero. Okay, here the balance is there with zero because nothing weight they are on the plate. Okay, right. Then after we have to keep empty cup. Empty cup. What is empty cup? Nothing else they are inside that. Okay, empty cup. We have to keep empty cup on this plate, right? Thereafter, children, what we are going to do, right? We are going to pour water and weigh it again, right? We have to pour water and weigh it again, right? Here, first of all, we have to set the balance into zero. Thereafter, we measure or we weigh an empty cup. Empty cup. Okay. So thereafter, we pour water into this cup. Okay, children. Okay. So here, children, this is the way that we can do the practical. Okay. So children, are you ready to watch this activity? Are you ready to watch this activity?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you for your response. All right. So this is the way that teacher did this activity. Okay, let's have a look. Now you can see this balance is there with zero, right? We have set our balance into zero. Okay, right. So then I'm going to play this video. Okay. Now I am keeping empty cup. Right now it has mentioned 193 grams. 193 grams, and now slowly I am pouring water into that. Okay, so you can see the weight is increasing. Okay, right. So now I have filled. Now you can see what is the final mass with the water in the cup. That is 394 grams. Now you can see this as 394 grams. Okay, children. So once again, we look about this. Okay, right. Okay, now you can see the balance is zero. Okay, very carefully have a look. Balance is 0. Okay. Now I'm putting empty cup on this. Empty cup I am keeping, and then it is mentioning 193 grams. Okay. So thereafter, what will happen? We are applying or pouring water into this cup. You can see we are pouring water into this cup or the glass. And then now you can see final weight or the actual case, we called it as the mass, right? So final weight, it has 394. 394. Okay, right. So then let's move. Okay. So children, now you have the observation table in page number 8. Page number 8. So can you see that? Right? The observation table under this activity, this one. Page number 8. Here, this one. Okay. Right. So now, children, weight of the empty cup. What is the weight of the empty cup? Shall I again, once again say?
193.
Okay.
100.
Let's have a look about that. Okay, now 0. Balance is 0. And now we are keeping our glass, empty glass, then 190. Okay. Right. So then what is the weight of empty cup? It is
193 grams.
yes, good. 193 grams. Okay. Yes. So then now, weight of the cup of water. So now once again I am showing that video, right? I can understand that you can remember it. Okay. Now I am keeping it. You can record it as 193, right? And then I am pouring water now. Let's find out what is the point where we are stopping pouring water. Okay. Okay, now we have stopped, right? So then what is the mass? 394. Yes, 394. 94 grams. Okay, right. Okay, children, did you notice? All right. Okay. Okay, Binu is doing the activity. Very good. Okay, can you show this into the class? Very good. Excellent. I'm encouraging you to do these activities also. Okay, very nice students are there in our class, huh? Right. So, can you show it? You have the balance here.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so show that.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my God, good. Now we are showing Vinodi's video. Okay, good. Now keep your right empty glass. Okay. Okay, good. Now pouring water. Very good. So what is your final mass that you observed here?
516.
516. So empty glass, what was the mass?
394.
Okay, good. 394. Okay. So here your glass also, empty glass, just like my cup with water. Okay, just like that. Okay, very good. So very interactive, right? Okay, so that's
Thank
very
you,
good. So this
teacher.
clap for Vinudi. Okay, right. So great clap for Vinudi. Okay, that's very good. So I'm encouraging you to do this experiment also in your houses if you have balancer. Balance එකක් නැත්නම් අම්මලාට කරදර කරන්න එපා. මට balance එකක් ඕනේ. Likewise, okay? Right. Okay. So here now, let's have a look about these questions. Okay? Right. What's the difference between the two readings? Difference. Difference. Difference between two readings. Right? Difference means this much, how larger than this one? මේ දෙකේ වෙනස අහන්නේ. The difference between these two rings. Okay. Right. How we by so here children, now previous weight was 394 grams with water. Right? Thereafter, what we are going to do, what was the previous weight of the empty cup? 193. Right? Okay, so thereafter you have to solve this one. Okay. Okay. Right? We can identify it like this, or else you can write down like this. Okay. Right? And reduce 193 grams, then finally 201 grams. Okay. Both ways are correct. Okay. Likewise. So according to my cups and the things. Okay. මගේ එකේ හැටියට මේ වගේ ප්‍රමාණයක් තමයි ආවේ. What is the difference between two readings? Two readings. What is two readings? This one and this one. They are asking what is the difference between these two. Okay. Right. So children, my next question. Next question is question. Okay. දෙවැනි තමයි මොන ප්‍රශ්නේ. Okay. What is listen for difference in two readings? What is the reading for difference in two readings? What is why rather than previous one? Okay. You know that rather than the empty glass or the empty can, after filling water, it has increased the weight. So, children, what is the reason for this? One, water has added extra mass, no? වතුර පුරවපු හින්දා නෙමෙයි මේකේ බර වැඩි උනේ නේද? Right? So, extra mass added into this cup, empty cup. Okay. Right. So that means what? Why that mass added? Water has, because we filled water for this empty glass, we filled water. So then you can see weight increased after pouring water into that. That means water has a mass. Water has a mass. That's why the additional mass shown like this rather than the empty glass, right? This glass showing bit of higher mass rather than the empty glass. Okay, right. What is the reason for the difference in two readings? What is the reason? Water has a mass, right? We are not usually using weight. I told you. අපි weight කියන හැමතැනම කිව්වට mass කියන තමයි යෙදෙන්නේ. Mass is amount of substance, amount of liquid material, right? Here, water has a mass, right? Okay, now you can note down. Okay, children. I hope that you noted it. Okay, right. So now let's move with the next question, the third question. Okay, identify and write down a common characteristic. What is the meaning of common characteristic of all liquid? I'm asking what is the meaning of common characteristic? Children, what is the meaning of common?
Mostly
Common features of grade 6 student. Production, common. That means that feature we can see each and every part or each and every item. We can see that feature. Common feature, right? Yes. Of all the liquid based on your observation, right? So liquid has a mass, right? Liquid has a children. So that's what we can identify based on your observation, not only water. If you fill honey into the
Liquids have a definite volume and don't have a definite shape.
okay, so you are telling that the characteristic features of liquids, right? Okay, right. So here still we have not discussed it. Okay, right? Okay. So here, children, we observe weight, weight shown as increased amount. Right? අපි දැක්කේ වතුර දැම්මම වුණා. Balance. So that means, children, through this observation, we can see that liquids have a mass. All liquids have a mass. That's why the balance shows kind of a reading bit of right. So here, your answer also not incorrect. This activity represents that liquid has a mass. Okay. ඔයාගේ answer එක වැරදි නැහැ කියපු එක. That is also kind of a characteristic feature of liquids. Okay, we'll discuss about that. Okay, on coming sessions. So now, I write down characteristics of all liquids. So what is that? We can write down all liquids have a Okay, so imagine that if you filled honey into the cup, it is showing kind of a reading for the element liquid. Okay, likewise. Conclusion. This word is to you, right? මෙන්න මේ වචනේ ඔයාලට ටිකක් අලුත් එකක්. Conclusion. Now you can write down first this one. Right, done. All right. Okay, what is conclusion? Children, right. Imagine that your mama or dada is going bookshops these days. Imagine going bookshops. You can see by your eyes. Yes, today my mom told me that she will go into the bookshop. Right? Okay. So then, children, you observe that. You observe that they are wearing nice, right, clothes, and then they are going, right? Okay. So you observe that. Observe that. Your mama and dada is going. Your mama and dada are going. Okay. So what imagine? What you can conclude? My mama and dada are going to bring me new books for the new year, right? You can identify, so you observe it and you conclude it, right? Okay. You can observe your mama and dada are going out, right? And they have previously told you they would go into the bookshops to get new books for the new year, right? Then after the observation, you can understand or you can identify that, okay, or you can conclude that my mama and dada are going to bring me new books and bags for my new year, right? ඔයාලා දකින දෙයකින් මොකක් හරි නිගමනයකට ලැබෙනවා. Conclusion. Conclusion means what is the reason for the observation? Why your mama and dada is going? You observe only mama and dada is going. Okay, that is your observation, what you can see in your eyes. Okay, so here, after that observation, you conclude that, okay, they are going to bring me new books, shoes, and bags, and these accessories. Okay, likewise. So conclusion, under this conclusion means children nigamana, right? What is the actual reason for the relevant observation? Previously, we observed that once we keep these glasses on the balance, right, the weight increase, the mass you can observe, right? So here, what is the reason for that observation? What is the reason for increment of the weight of that liquid after filling into the cup? මොකක්ද හේතුව? ඇයි වතුර පිරෙව්වහම බර වැඩි උනේ? Right? So likewise, children, conclusion means the answer for that your question. Okay. So conclusion means through the observation, what is reason that we can finally tell it. Reason, helpful, right? Conclusion means reason, right? The final reason for the observation. Once you go to the school, sometimes you may given these kind of words, right? For the observation. Right? So if you don't know, you can use a red pen and write down this definition also. Okay, right. Only if you don't know. Okay, right. What is the conclusion? Here we can write down. Okay. You cannot find it, no? Okay, right. Here this side. We can write down conclusion. All liquids have right. Okay. සීතල ද්‍රවයන්ට ස්කන්ධයක් පවතී. All liquids have a mass. Okay.
Then teacher.
Okay, children. Now we are going to discuss a kind of general related point. Okay, right. එහෙනම් යමු. Right. We are going to discuss kind of a heavy liquid. Heavy liquid, right? So that mass is really higher, right? Higher rather than low liquid. Okay. A heavy liquid which is called mercury. Children, ever heard of mercury? Have you ever heard? Mercury?
Yes.
Yes. So children, where we can see mercury?
The liquid metal.
In thermometers. Have you seen there is a silver color liquid inside thermometers? Right? So once you catch fever, your mother is keeping this thermometer on the side of your tongue or else your underarm. Okay. So they have seen, right? Silver color liquid column is pink up. That is mercury. Right? This you may wonder that although teachers say like that, we can bring thermometer by our hands, right? Yes, because mercury small amount is there in thermometer. But children, if you get a certain amount of liquid of mercury, that weight is very higher, right? Mercury in Sinhala we called it as Rasadiya. Okay. In thermometers, we have very small column of mercury. Right? ඔය උෂ්ණත්ව මානය වල තියෙන්නේ කොහොම පොඩි ප්‍රමාණයක්. ඒක අපිට අරන් එන්න පුළුවන්. Right? But large amount of mercury is very heavier. Okay. So children, mercury is kind of a heavy liquid. Okay. Right. So now children, we'll have a look. Mercury is a metal that exists as a liquid at room temperature. Children, what is this mercury? Now, turn to page number 9, right? So you can see there is right, there is animal, right, wearing kind of a spectacles, right? Okay. So here you can see it has mentioned mercury is a metal. What is metal? Metal means, right? So you know use metal spoon here. You can see this bottle. This bottle is metal. This bottle is metal. Okay. Metal, right? Metal, right? So here you know sometimes some materials and some objects made out of metals, right? This is metal. Okay. Likewise, children, you should know metals found in solid state. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපිට මෙටල් සම්බ වෙන්නේ solid state එකේ. මේ බොටල් එක ඇතුළත එක කොටු වලින් හැදිලා තියෙනවා. මේ ලෝහ තහඩු metal plates වලින්. Right? So this is metal. Usually it is solid. Right? But children, there are metals we can see under liquid state also. දියන විදිහට තියෙන ලෝහයක් තියෙනවා. ඒක තමයි මේක. ඒක තමයි මේක. That is the mercury. Mercury is a metal, right, which is present as a liquid in normal room temperature condition, right? So we can pour mercury into another vessel or an empty cup, right? Just like a liquid, right? අපිට තහඩුවක් වගේ දෙයක් එහෙම වක් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? We pour just like metal sheet like thing? No. But children, here this mercury, which is in liquid, right? Which is in liquid state in normal room temperature, we can pour that into empty cup. Okay? Right. So here now, mercury is a metal that exists as liquid at room temperature. So children, please highlight this point. Mercury is, right? I have mentioned that point. Okay? Likewise. So you can please highlight this point. That is very important at normal room temperature. Okay? Right. While the mass of 1 milliliters of water, right, is 1 gram. In water, 1 milliliter mass is 1 gram. You can see here. 1 milliliter of water is showing 1 gram. Right? වතුරවල 1 මිලිලීටරයක mass එක gram එකයි. Right? While 1 milliliter of water is having 1 gram. Okay. Other liquids, it may change. Okay. But children, 1 milliliter of mercury is 13.6 grams. You can understand it, right? 13 times bigger rather than water. Here you can see 1 gram. 1 gram of mass is there into 1 milliliter of water, right? So here, for mercury, for 1 milliliter, it is having 13.6 grams. Okay, so you can understand rather than 1 gram, it is larger than 13.6 grams. මෙයාට වඩා මෙයා ගොඩක් වැඩි. Right? Both are 1 milliliter. Same volumes. Right? Same volumes. 1 milliliter. Okay, but here water, this is mercury. Mercury. Okay, you can see the balance has gone down because of heavier nature of that. Okay, it is a very heavy liquid. Heavy liquid. Heavy liquid. Okay, likewise. Okay, children. So, did you get these things today? Was it interesting?
Yes.
Okay, right. So we observed cartoons and we discussed lot of activities today, right? So then we gained lot of knowledge. We gained lot of knowledge and related to these activities also, and we did experiments and activities inside the classroom. I'm really happy to see that you did some activities by your own self. Okay, right. Well done. Are you tired? Not No? Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So children, the time also coming, right? Okay. So children, we are going to discuss, uh, right? We are going to discuss whether gases have a mass, right? But not in this way, right? Okay. So now you can have your dinner and enjoy your dinner and get a good sleep. Okay, right? Okay. So children, I'm going to wind up here for a while. I hope that you got lot of things today. Okay, right. So then I'm not talking much, and I'm not talking much about the advertisements also, right? Okay, right. Children, until we meet again, have a nice week. Stay safe. Good night. Goodbye to all of you. God bless you. Bye. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye, teacher. Merry
Okay,
Christmas,
bye.
teacher. Good night, teacher.